All credit goes to my friend Omar for giving me the idea about doing a character analysis on Koby at all. What is it Koby wants as an admiral, and what exactly are his future goals once he becomes an admiral from there? And what exactly are his motives for wanting this at all? That still remains a mystery. Koby is a Marine captain born 18 years ago in a town called Shellstown in the East Blue, who at the age of 14 was captured by pirates when he went on a ship that he thought was supposed to take him fishing. He was essentially basically a pirate slave to the Alvida pirates for a few months, before being saved by Luffy when he was off on his first adventure to the Grand Line. As far as we know, he started developing dreams of becoming a Marine once he escaped to stop bad pirates. But just like Luffy, there's still some mystery to why exactly he wants this, and it seems to vary. It doesn't seem like he had a troubled or lonely childhood the same way Luffy has to want something that'll get you lots of validation. He apparently just wants to stop pirates because they're dangerous, but I still feel like there's lots more to this personally. He spent 2 years creating a boat to eventually escape them, while plotting to escape, and then he used the boat to escape with Luffy. In one of the most recent chapters, we find out Koby had actually apparently known about Bartholomew Kuma. Maybe Bartholomew Kuma is what inspired him to become a Marine of some sort of great power. Maybe Koby had seen the good in Kuma and saw the fake news that was put on Kuma. Maybe since Kuma seems to really be inspired by Nika, maybe Kuma had carried on Nika's influence and put it on Koby without realizing. I think this may be the case. I think Kuma's what had maybe inspired Koby to want to become a Marine that fights for justice. Before Koby and Luffy went out to sea, Luffy said he wants to become the king of the pirates, surprising Koby, telling him that's an insane goal, but Luffy tells him he doesn't fear the path of failure that may come with it. Maybe this is what had initially inspired Koby to feel fearless with his goals. Luffy tells Koby that he's off to Shellstown, Koby's hometown, to go free the pirate hunter Roronoa Zoro, and actually recruit him. Koby's in disbelief because Koby knows Zoro is bloodthirsty, but Koby's still surprised by Luffy's confident determination to recruit Zoro. I think maybe Luffy is what had really inspired Koby to be super confident and super fearless when faced in such situations, because it's the same way Garp had really done the same for Koby, and we all know Garp and Luffy have things in common, aside from Garp being Luffy's grandfather. Luffy and Koby make it to Shellstown, and alongside a little girl, free Zoro. And Koby frees Zoro because in his belief as a future Marine, decides it's his duty to free Zoro. While Koby tries to free Zoro, the Marines shoot at Koby and Zoro, but Luffy comes in and saves Koby and Zoro from the Marines. Koby faints once this happens, and Luffy and Zoro go on to defeat the Marines that chase after them, and start fighting Axe-Head Morgan, Helmeppo's father. Helmeppo then holds Koby at gunpoint, threatening to shoot him to Luffy and Zoro. But Luffy stops Helmeppo and Zoro defeats Axe-Hand Morgan. Luffy, Zoro, and Koby go to a local bar, which is the mother of the little girl Zoro saves, Bar Rika. And Koby says as Luffy and Zoro are the first friends he made. Luffy and Zoro are asked to leave the island since they're pirates. The Marines ask if Koby is with them, but Koby denies it, and Koby punches Luffy, where Luffy then goes on to beat up Koby, but Zoro stops him. And this proves that Koby is in fact not a pirate like Luffy and Zoro. Letting Koby off the hook, Koby asks to join the Marines and Koby accepts it, becoming a Marine, alongside him and Helmeppo. Koby and Helmeppo start off as Marine chore boys, and were tasked to do chores on the ship where Axe-Head Morgan was being taken in. Garp eventually comes in and naps while standing up. Morgan catches him off guard and slashes him, and holds Helmeppo captive. Morgan then went on a boat with Helmeppo, and the Marines started getting their cannon ready. Koby pulled out a gun and aimed it at the Marines because he didn't want them to shoot Helmeppo. But Bogart slices Koby's guns into lots of pieces, and Garp woke up and stopped the fight that they were all about to have. Morgan escaped, but Garp was very impressed by the bravery Koby and Helmeppo showed, so he decided to take them in as his own trainees. And Garp, Koby, and Helmeppo went to Marine for the train of Garp. Koby and Helmeppo had lots of harsh training under Garp, but this didn't discourage Koby. Koby pushed himself to train just as hard and had even punched retired battleships constantly to increase his strength. He would never stop the brutal training and never let the brutal training discourage him. We see that Garp's training had put Koby and Helmeppo in good shape. They took a break and walked past Hina's subordinates who were idling around. Koby went to Water 7 with Garp and Helmeppo. Garp went to Water 7 to see Luffy. Garp ordered Koby and Helmeppo to attack Luffy and Zoro. Luffy, being surprised and realizing CP9 aren't the only people who can use Soru, attacks him and misses Koby before eventually stopping Koby with one punch. Zoro, taking notes of the Kuriki swords Helmeppo uses, says that's an unusual fighting style. Koby admitted that he got defeated and reminded Luffy and Zoro who they were, whom Luffy and Zoro do remember. Koby, Helmeppo, and the rest of Garp's men were surprised when Garp revealed that Dragon is Luffy's father. Zoro eventually went back inside with the Straw Hats. Koby, Helmeppo, and Luffy get into solitude and talk about their previous adventures, and Luffy invites Koby to have a meal with him. But Koby declines it since he's devoted to the anti-pirate ideology that a Marine like him and has and wants to have. Before Koby left, Koby asked Luffy what he knew about the New World. And Koby promised that they'll meet up again and that Koby will be as strong as him and will actually be strong enough to catch him the next time around. Koby then eventually actually blurts out his dream of becoming an admiral and collapses from embarrassment. Luffy accepts Koby's dream, and Luffy said if he really wanted to fight him, he'd definitely have to be on the level of an actual admiral. Koby started crying because of Luffy's faith in him and Luffy's belief in him. Zoro teases Koby for being a crybaby while Koby does this. Koby and Helmeppo go with Garp and not forgetting the next time they should meet in the New World, and Koby will challenge him. Garp threw cannonballs at the Straw Hat ship, and Koby was scared Garp might actually hit and attack them, but Garp's cannonballs did actually miss. Koby and Helmeppo went to Marineford to participate in the Summit War against the Whitebeard Pirates, and they were there for Sengoku's announcement to the world that Ace is Roger's son. Koby and Helmeppo were under the impression that Ace and Luffy were biological brothers, but they eventually find out they're not biological brothers. Koby and Helmeppo run away after seeing the huge power gap between the Marines and the Whitebeard Pirates, but they eventually bump into Ikainu, where they witness Ikainu brutally murder a soldier who tried to desert the battle. They eavesdropped on Ikainu, and I heard Sengoku plan Ace's execution now. Instead of going along with the schedule, Koby and Helmeppo then noticed Luffy's ship fall from the sky, with Inazuma, Ivankov, Buggy, Crocodile, and other impelled down soldiers. Sengoku reveals that Luffy's Dragon's son. Koby was surprised as Sengoku decided to reveal its information. Koby fulfills his promise to Luffy that they'll fight the next time they meet, and Koby stops Luffy from charging the Ace's execution platform. Koby was determined to not run away again and decides to try and fight Luffy, but Koby is stopped with one punch in the face by Luffy. This punch left Koby unconscious. Koby eventually wakes up, and the trauma of the battlefield actually awakens his observation haki and senses all the presence on the battlefield, all of whom are of casualties from the ongoing war. Koby screamed for the entire battlefield to hear him and begged for them all to stop fighting. Ikainu sees it as a waste of time and something that goes against his justice, so Ikainu had went to go and try and kill Koby. Koby states that he has no regrets saying what he said, but his life is saved by Shanks, who Shanks had actually praised for his actions, calling him a brave young Marine. Koby then falls unconscious after this happens from the stress of it all, before Shanks goes to the end of the war and goes on to end the war entirely. Koby, who's still traumatized by the events, can still hear the enhanced voice of many Marine casualties. Koby's doctor, Dr. Fishbone, and told him that he was feeling haki, and Fishbone acknowledged that vice admirals and admirals have the power he's feeling. Helmeppo grows envious that Koby has his power. Koby says he didn't know about this ability at all. There was an incident during the time skip called the Rocky Port Incident where Koby had defended civilians, but it's unknown who or what the civilians were being attacked by. It's also said that Trafalgar Law stole the hearts of over 300 pirates, and that Blackbeard had taken over the Rocky Port Island, Hashinosu, after defeating Ochoku, a former member of the Rocks Pirates. Although what exactly happened still remains largely a mystery, it's definitely said this is where Koby had shined. A pirate crew shot a torpedo at the ship that carried the Dressrosa and Prudence kingdoms, and Koby saved them by using observation haki and his advanced physical might to stop the torpedoes. Helmeppo went on to take out the pirates who attacked the ship in the first place. Koby then talks with Kiros, where Koby praised him for what he did at Rocky Port, but Koby humbly denies his praise. Rebecca came and told Koby the news about Luffy, but Koby hides the admiration because he stays true to the cause that a marine shouldn't idolize a pirate. The news was that Luffy had saved Tataland from Doflamingo's regime. The seven warlords of the sea were abolished, and Koby was sent to Amazon Lily to go capture Hancock. He then told X-Drake about Big Mom and Kaido's alliance, and he told them that CP0 was off to Wano to get more intel about Wano. Koby asks Hancock to turn himself in, but Hancock refuses and petrifies all the Marine soldiers except for Koby and Helmeppo. The Seraphim are then deployed, specifically Seraphim Mihawk and Seraphim Hancock, to attack Hancock, but Koby orders them to stop so they won't do any further damage to the Marines. Hancock wanted to stop Koby and went for the attack, but Blackbeard uses his powers to actually stop Hancock before before Hancock could attack Koby. After Blackbeard came in and invaded Amazon Lily, Hancock tells Blackbeard that the petrification will be permanent if he kills her. So Koby tries to negotiate with Blackbeard so the Marine soldiers could have the spell undone. But Blackbeard chooses to not trust Hancock and instead goes for the kill. But Rayleigh comes in to actually save Hancock, stopping Blackbeard's plan. Hancock undoes her spell and frees all the Marines and pirates, but Blackbeard still goes to abduct the Marine soldiers, and Koby says he'll bargain for his life if he lets all of the Marines go. So Blackbeard holds Koby hostage. Koby gets held hostage at Hashinosu, the island that Rocky Port took place on, and tells Koby that he plans to use Koby's life as a ransom so Hashinosu can become a world government affiliate island. Teach essentially wants to create Dressrosa and Alabasta under corrupt pirates' commands. Koby denies it and says Sword will never give in to his wishes. Blackbeard still goes on with his plan to use Koby as political leverage. Perona came to Hashinosu and brought the keys that would save Koby, but Perona bargains that he'll free Koby if they exchange free Gecko Moria, which is done. Koby frees Gecko Moria and all the other prisoners on the island. Pizarro, one of Blackbeard's crew members, lets the island know that the prisoners are escaping, but then eventually Sword comes in to save Koby from the Blackbeard pirates. A battleship had gotten launched in the air to save Koby. Garp and the rest of the members of Sword being there saved Koby from Blackbeard's clutches. Even Marines who weren't members of Sword had come to save Koby. All the prisoners are rescued from Blackbeard, but Koby hears a voice for a woman calling for help. Koby gets distracted and goes back to save them, but it's actually a trap and Shuri goes in to try and stab Koby. But Garp takes a sap for him. Pizarro makes a giant hand using his Devil Fruit abilities and uses the hand to try and stop Sword's ship. But Koby uses an attack called Honesty Impact, which is an armament hockey infused attack, to stop Pizarro's hand. It can be best assumed that this was Real, since it seemed like he destroyed the giant island at a distance, and we've learned that you can actually get injured while trying to learn Real, judging by Zoro's training with Real, where he had injured his arm. And not to mention, Koby's arm was shattered after that. Garp wants Koby, Sword, and the Marine to save themselves, so they all leave Hashinosu, where Garp continues to fight Aokichi from there. These are all of my possibilities for Koby, and what I think will happen once Koby becomes an admiral and has Garp's position of power. I think Koby will further master and train his supposed/alleged Real abilities. I think Koby will learn future sight since we saw Koby has good observation hockey. I think Koby will try to disassemble any latter corrupt governments like Germa per se. I think Koby will be a lot like Fujitora once he gets older and continues his teaching. I think Koby will continue to be an enemy to the likes of morally great pirates like Law and Kid per se. I think Koby will try to disassemble any latter corrupt governments like Germa per se. I think Koby will be a lot like Fujitora and continue his teachings. I think Koby will become a swords master of swords since he at one point was seen training with swords. And I think he's a part of Sword. After all, he will live up to his organization's name and actually train with swords. I think Koby will convince the likes of Sengoku to change their ways and convince Sengoku and Kong to give better orders and help the people more and not have pirates executed, because it seemed like Koby was not fond of the idea of Ace being executed. And I think Koby will do what Momonosuke is doing now and stop corrupt indoctrination of the world government. I think Koby will become more of a face for the world government more than anything. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comment section. Like and subscribe.